Hello, beloveds. So, the dream that I shared on here in April of 2019 about some people will lose everything and others will become rich have already started to unfold and come into play with the dawn of the COVID-19 pandemic. The economical effects of this pandemic has already started to play its part in completely stripping away every material possession from people, whether Christian or not. And like I've stated in that dream, some people are going into the wilderness and some are coming out. So this process will continue until everything will be completely stripped from them, until they're left bare and having no material possessions to and of themselves, except for the Lord Yeshua himself. This is allowed by the Lord himself. And though the majority, as I stated as well in the dream, the majority will not understand what it is and why it is happening. And they may even feel that it's actually a bad thing. It's one of the best things that could possibly ever happen to them. Because in this way, they are being prepared to enter into heaven. Because they could not enter in the state or condition that they were had not this purification process had occurred. So one part of that vision is currently now underway, is now in play. Both Christians and non-Christians are being stripped. Majority of the world population is now being stripped of material possessions. But the other part of that dream is about to come into play, which I'm about to share from this divine experience that I had received a few nights ago. Okay, so a few nights ago, I saw in a supernatural experience. I was outside standing and I was looking up into the heavens, and the skies was just filled with stars. And I noticed that there was a scroll, a regular sized scroll, coming down from out of the heavens. And while it was falling down out of the heavens, I noticed that the scroll had writings on it, writings which I didn't recognize. And I knew to be the writings from heaven, writings in the heavenly language. And whatever was written on the scroll was written by God himself. So it had these beautiful heavenly language inscribed on the scroll, and it was rolled up and was tied neatly and falling down out of the heavens. So while it was falling down, I put up my hands in an attempt to catch it. And so I caught it, but what happened was my body, my entire being absorbed this scroll. And then other scrolls started coming down. I noticed others started coming down. I saw 4, 5, 10, 20, 50 in that order. They started coming down like rain. It was raining scrolls from heaven. All of these scrolls was raining down from heaven with God's inscriptions on them. And so, I got excited and started going out to try and catch some more. So I caught the first one and more was raining down, and I went out, caught another, and like I said, my body absorbed the scroll when I caught it. It went right into my whole being. So while I was running out and catching these scrolls, I noticed other people was joining me in this rain of scrolls. So by this point it was raining very heavily. There were millions of scrolls raining down, and possibly hundreds to maybe even thousands of people, all excited like myself, trying to catch these scrolls. And they were catching their scrolls, and I caught a lot of scrolls. Now, I was also shown what these scrolls represent. They're basically answers to prayers. That's what they were. And so they're like scrolls of destiny, because God showed me one of, what was written on one of the scrolls that I had caught. He literally showed me. I watched it played out. Like the blessing on that particular scroll, he brought me into the future and showed me that on that particular scroll, the order that he wrote, or the answer to that prayer on that scroll, the manifestation was a house, my house. On that particular scroll was the blessing of my house, and I literally saw it. Even the process of it building, I saw it. So on that particular scroll was the blessing of my house. So each scroll had specific different blessings on there. Probably healings on some of them. Things that we've asked God for in the past. All of them coming all at once in this raining of scrolls. And it was just, wow. It was very, very exciting. And, that was the end of the experience. We were just catching scrolls that were raining down from the heavens, which are, answers to prayers, blessings, all kinds of blessings. Now, I just want to shortly add this here. I always wanted to share this, but I didn't get the time. In regards to a house, my house. God had shown me in another vision. He showed me that I'm going to have a house, that he's going to bless me with a house. And while I was in this house, which I don't currently own a house, but while I was in this house, I think I was in the living room area, and it has like sliding glass doors. He showed me that while I was standing in this house, the 3 days of darkness will occur after I receive this house. He showed me winds, strong winds that were in the 3 days of darkness. I saw the winds blowing up against the transparent glass sliding doors, and it had sand in it, a lot of sand. I could see it blowing on the sliding glass doors. And in that same dream, it showed me also that my smartphone, my iPhone, will be the power, it won't work. The circuit boards will be fried. So there won't be any electricity in the 3 days of darkness. Which, I already knew that before, but he just clarified that in that vision specifically. That during the 3 days of darkness, there won't be any electricity. And he will bless me with a house even before it occurs. Because he showed me in a house that I owned, which I don't currently own a house, on top of the mountain as well. It was on top of a mountain, as I always desire. So I just wanted to mention that. The last thing I want to mention is that I think I had mentioned this also in that dream, in that some will lose everything and some will become rich dream, that some people in the body of Christ are assigned to become multi-millionaires. Some others are assigned to become billionaires, and others are even assigned to become trillionaires in the coming wealth transfer. Now, this was made clear to me. An angel came to me and told me what I was assigned, which I will not share here. But those are the three that was revealed to me. Some are assigned to become multi-millionaires. Some will become multi-billionaires. And others will even become trillionaires, setting records. All glory and power be unto Adonai Elohim for this extraordinary blessing that we're on the brink of experiencing. So for you guys that have been in the wilderness for many years that haven't yet come out, it's an appointed time, and it's very, very soon. Be excited. The Lord has given you a testimony, including myself, and I know that people are going to be dumbfounded when they hear some of these testimonies. And so all the glory will go to Yahuwah, to whom it belongs. Now, the Lord King Yeshua bless and keep you all. Love from YBIC.